Hey, what's up? Today I want to talk and share my experience with Librecloud.host, which is a new company that offers NextCloud hosting services. If you're interested in learning about Librecloud.host, or if you're interested with NextCloud, or if you're looking for a free and open source alternative to things like Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, or Apple iCloud, then this could be for you. So let's go right in. All right, so what exactly is Librecloud.host? And basically, it's a new company that was founded in 2021. And the company here basically provides NextCloud hosting services. And if you don't know, I'm assuming that you know, but if you don't know, NextCloud is basically a free and open source alternative to ecosystems like Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, and Apple iCloud. And so as of right now, I decided that I would test this, and I created an account yesterday, and I subscribed to a plan yesterday. And I decided to do so because I really want to use NextCloud. I wanted to try it. And as of right now, I've made a bunch of research, and it is the only company that I found that offers something simple and that I can easily understand, that is basically a replacement to Google Drive and Microsoft OneDrive. And so when I look at this pricing table and features here, I actually understand and I know what I'm actually purchasing and getting. And so everything here is quite similar to what you would get and what you would purchase on things like OneDrive or Google Drive. And so I think that's a good plus for them. And you see, when you compare this to something like Linode or Hostinger, well, Linode, the pricing table here, yes, they offer NextCloud within their app marketplace, but when you look at the price, it's like, yes, I understand that this is some cloud service and cloud hosting, but when I look at Linode or Akamai, whatever you want to call it, like, I don't know what I'm purchasing here, and that's kind of the bad thing about Linode here. I mean, I'm not used to these things, but when I look at this, I understand that this is some computer power and computer resources, but it's hard for me to really understand what I'm actually getting. And also, when you compare it to something like Hostinger, something like a NextCloud VPS hosting, yes, they offer a bunch of computer resources here or whatever, and we don't know exactly the computer resources and the server resources about Libre Cloud, but I don't care that much. And also, if you look here, they offer 100 gigabyte of disk space for this price here, and later on, when the plan is being renewed, it goes to $11 here. And so when I look at Libre Cloud here, it just seems like a better deal, and it's understandable, and there's obviously more storage, unlimited traffic, and NextCloud is pre-installed, and for storing purposes, SSD is more than enough for what is needed. And so ultimately, at first glance, Librecloud.host seems to be a better deal than Linode.com and also Hostinger.com, because I actually understand this compared to this, and it's also a better deal compared to this. And another reason why I decided to go with Librecloud.host is because services like Linode and Hostinger are already pretty big, and they're already well known and documented. And so at some point, I'm kind of scared that they might turn evil or that they might turn bad for the customers. And so I figured that I would try something like Librecloud.host, because compared to these alternatives, well, Librecloud.host is completely new. It hasn't been documented yet, and it's also an opportunity for me to review it. And so that's kind of what I think. And obviously there are a few risks related to that, but that's something that I'm willing to take, and I'm willing right now to give them a chance. And another reason why I wanted to find a NextCloud provider is because as of right now, I don't have the technical skills to host everything myself. And so a few months ago, if you look back at my videos, you can see that I purchased a server and I tried to install NextCloud, I tried to install WordPress, and I was able to do so, but I also realized that it is way harder than I thought that it would be. And so because of that, I figured that I would find a provider. And also another reason is because in the future, in the next few years, I'm planning to do some world traveling at some point. And so if I bring a physical server and if I host everything myself, then I think the physical server here is not a very convenient solution. I mean, do I have to bring my server everywhere where I'm traveling? And so as of right now, I don't think that is the best solution for me. And for now, I think that the best solution, the best option for me is to actually pay for a NextCloud provider. But maybe at some point in the future, maybe I'm going to decide to host everything myself. We'll see how that goes. And so Libre Cloud kind of have three monthly plans here, and there's the solo, there's the startup, and there's the professional. And from my understanding, the only thing that changes here from these specs and from these features is mostly related to the storage. And so here in the solo plan, there's 1 terabyte of storage. And then the startup plan, there's a 2 terabyte of storage. And then the professional plan, there's 3 terabyte of storage. There's also the amount of users here, and so I'm not quite sure what that is exactly. I mean, maybe it's more related to the talk feature and the communication features of NextCloud, but it's kind of hard to understand what this is here. And so overall, it seems like they price every terabyte of storage for about $10 each, except maybe for the startup plan here. I mean, it's 2 terabyte here, but the price is actually $15 per month. And so I'm not sure if that's a mistake here. I mean, looking at these other prices, I would have expected to be $19.99 if it's $10 per terabyte, but it is what it is. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that as of right now, as I'm recording this, there's a 20% discount that you can use, as you can see here in the bottom, and it's a 20 off. The code is 20 off, and it says here that it's a 20% discount forever. And so I'm not sure if this thing here is going to be available in the future, but as of right now, that's something that you can use. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you're unhappy with the service that they provide, then they also have a refund guarantee policy. And so you have 30 days. And if you're not happy, then you can get the full refund to the subscription. And so for me, I subscribe and I created my account yesterday. So we'll see in the future if I actually have to refund, but so far it seems fine. And so my experience so far is that I was able to create my account, and I was also able to subscribe to the solo plan here using also the promo code here. And I did that, but I also had a few bugs once in a while. And so when I signed up using my account, I had an internal error 500, and this error here wasn't so good because I was not able to log into my account. And so I created my account and I was not able to log in. And when I was trying to log in, it was actually telling me that either my email or my password was wrong. And so what I had to do then is that I had to reset my password to actually be able to log into my password. And once I did that, then it worked. And so once I created my account, I was also able to subscribe to the plan here. And it's using Stripe here, okay? This is a normal payment company. everybody's using it. And once you subscribe to one of their plan, what you have to do is that you have to choose one of their server location. And so if you go at the bottom here, you can see the server status, and they have 4 servers here. There's the US East, US West, Europe, and two times in Europe. And so you kind of have to choose the server that you want to use. And so in my case, I live in the Eastern Canada, and so I figured that I would get the US East. And so once you selected the server, what you have to do then is that you have to select your white label domain name for your NextCloud instance. And so that instance here that you're going to create is a subdomain. In my case, it was a subdomain of storageshare.net, and it's a website that I don't really know. And once I created this subdomain and this instance, and so what I had to do is that I had to wait maybe something like 10 or 15 minutes for my NextCloud instance to get installed and to be created on my subdomain that I created. And so after this time, I got my NextCloud login page, and the SSL was also installed. And the only thing that was missing in my case is that, yes, I had the SSL and I had the NextCloud login page, but in my case, I did not receive the login credential to actually log into my instance. And so after maybe hours of waiting for my credentials, because they tell you that they're going to send the credentials by email, and after hours, I didn't get these credentials. And so what I figured that I would do is that I would contact the customer support for Librecloud.host. And so they have these customer supports here that you can use and you have access to. And so basically I sent a message to the technical support here that is 24/7. And I contacted them about my credential issue, and also contacted them because I also wanted to set my own domain for my own NextCloud instance. And so by default, they give you a white label domain that you can basically use, but you can also set your own custom domains. And so I contacted them with these 2 issues. And they were really quick to reply and to give me my default credentials, and to also give me the instruction for my custom domain. And so I think that was pretty good. And I got my NextCloud instance up and running. And so far, everything seems to be working fine. And so as of right now, it's hard to see how the future is going to be, because Librecloud.host is quite a newer company, and so I'm assuming that I'm going to encounter a few problems or a few issues, and that's going to be quite normal. And as of right now, it seems perfectly fine. And the only thing that I don't like so far is that this is a subscription, and personally, as a customer, I try to avoid subscription as much as possible, because I see subscription as a short-term solution. And as I understand that right now, NextCloud is quite early in the process. I think that it is going to become slowly more and more popular, and because of that, it's using subscriptions. But at some point, I would love to see something more yearly at least, or maybe see lifetime deals if possible. I mean, for my web hosting, as of right now, I'm using iBrave.io here. I mean, it's not hosting NextCloud yet, but I'm using iBrave for my websites here, and it's a one-time fee. And so in my case, since I hate subscription, having something like this, but for NextCloud, would be something attractive. And another thing that might happen as well is that if I'm tired of paying this subscription here, I might choose to learn the IT skills myself in order to be able to self-host everything without having to rely on a provider like this. And so we'll see how Librecloud.host survives on the long terms. And that's pretty much it. And so in conclusion, I decided that I would sign up for Librecloud.host, which is a new company that acts like a NextCloud provider. And my hopes with NextCloud is that it will become slowly as popular as WordPress, as people choose to stay away from Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, and also Apple iCloud. And so far with Librecloud.host, I had a few minor bugs and minor issues related to the sign up and also to my credentials, but I was able to find ways to go around these things, and also contacted the customer support, the technical support, and they were able to reply very quickly to my issues, and they were able to quickly fix these issues. And so I think this is pretty good so far. And I was also able to have access to my NextCloud instance. I was able to log in, and I also started to mess around within NextCloud and started to customize it to my liking. And I also installed my own custom domain so that my NextCloud instance is actually linked to my own domain. And so I think this is pretty good so far. The only thing that I would recommend is that if you're going to use a NextCloud provider, I would recommend that you make sure that you keep your data safe and encrypted, because one of the reasons why you might use NextCloud is to actually take control of your data and take control of your online privacy. And so make sure that you keep your data safe and encrypted, because if you leave your data unsafe or unencrypted, then your provider that you're using might have access to all this data there. And so just make sure that you do everything right. And so that's pretty much it for this video, and I hope that this video was helpful to you. If this video was valuable to you, you could consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. And if you have any thoughts or comments, you can leave them below, because I will answer everything, and your thoughts and comments could also be valuable to other people. Alright, so that's it. Peace.